Good evening, good evening, everyone. Myself, this is Prasanna Project. Today, I'm going to discuss about cryptocurrency and ethical issues related to it and its rise. Uh, as you can see on the screen, this is my information. This is my net ID. I have done this project as a part of CS course 4020, and the project number is 2, and the status of this website is fully functional, and this is the link to my website. Currently, since the server is not working, I'll show my system locally, what's there on my system. Okay. I'll go, firstly I'll go and with Firstly, I'll go with an overview of my system. As you click on this website title, the homepage loads, and this is a navigation bar. If you click on introduction page will come. This is the background page. This is the issues page. This is the results page. This is the opinions. This is the summary. This is the reference, and this is the appendix. As you can see, in every page you'll be seeing the header, like when it is last modified, and this is my contact information, and this is my name. And if you see, if you like, let us say if you go to like any page, if you want to click on the reference, the hyperlink, it redirects you to the reference page. If you click on the link in the reference page, it redirects you to the website. So before going into the topic, first let us see what is the main abstract of this project and what is cryptocurrency, and like what I try to uh, explain in this project, what I have achieved. So according to Wikipedia, cryptocurrency is defined as a digital asset to work as a medium of exchange that uses cryptocurrency to secure its transactions, to control the additional, the control the creation of additional units, and to verify the transfer of assets. And cryptocurrency is not a recent phenomenon. It has been there in the market for a while now. The first decentralized cryptocurrency is Bitcoin, and it was first created in the year 2009. There are so many cryptocurrencies which came into existence recently, like Litecoin, Namecoin, Bitcoin, and many more. Recently, cryptocurrency had played a major role in cyber attacks like ransomware, where hackers demanded bitcoins from victims of the attack to free their system virus. Not only in cyber attacks, cryptocurrency is also used in performing illegal transactions as well. So, in this project, I aim to explore what exactly is cryptocurrency, what are its uses, what are its ethical issues, and what is the role of cryptocurrency in the cyber attacks. And I would also like to cover the rise of Bitcoin in terms of danger. For example, at present there are a lot of scams present out there where people try to raise money through fake Bitcoin business. Oops. I think net is really slow. Let me check. Yeah. Sorry, I apologize. The net hasn't connected to this website, so that's why it did not load previously. If you go to the reference section, and if you click on this, this is how all my links are redirected. Uh, let us start with the introduction. In technical terms, cryptocurrency is termed as a virtual currency as well. Like at present, around 10 to 15% of entire population and around the world is aware of cryptocurrency. So, Ash, usually, Bitcoin can be purchased through online websites, like through Bitcoin mining on your computer, or nowadays in USA we have an ATMs. Like for example, the nearest stadium to ourselves is Palo Alto, where you can go to that ATM and you can purchase that Bitcoin over there, or you can purchase Bitcoin through online. Like there are some trusted websites like Coinbase, and there is a belief that most of the people that cryptocurrencies transactions are the most secured anonymous transactions and they can't be traced. But when it comes to reality, they are not anonymous. They can be backed and I mean traced back and presented back to the real world entity. So usually, the Bitcoin is there in the market for a while now. So it came into existence in the year 2009. But as you can see in this graph, recently there's a huge spikes in recent years, like from 2017, like you can say it from 2013, but it went to his highest peak in 2017, and it started decreasing gradually, which we will see in later stages. And this is the timeline of cryptocurrency. As I said, in 2009 it started. I mean, it came into existence, and in 2010, the first Bitcoin was sold for like $1. Whereas if you see right now, the Bitcoin is around like $11,000 approximately. In month of February, it's touched like $17,500 as well. When you see in the background, there are a lot of issues with cryptocurrency or Bitcoin. The first and foremost issue with the Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency everyone talks about is that the type of its transaction. Some say that it's anonymous due to that it's difficult to find the nature of transactions and between whom the transaction has happened. So with this anonymous nature, there are a lot of issues which we'll be discussing in the later stages of this project. And the second issue involved with Bitcoin is the investment into Bitcoin. Because of its rise and fall, so many investors have gained money, and so many investors have lost their money as well. Recently, there are instances where the price of Bitcoin went sky high at a rapid pace, and there are instances where it crashed down to the earth at the same pace, and this is all it's due to blockchain. As you can see, this is just a graphical image of a blockchain. In later stages, we'll go in deep what is blockchain, why it is so necessary in cryptocurrency transactions like that. And another thing I would like to discuss about is like faking of bitcoins. Like normal currency nowadays, they're faking the bitcoins. Due to this, so many people have lost their money and they have ended their lives as well. And another thing I would like to discuss about is like if you have a bitcoin in your virtual wallet, there are chances that your online virtual wallet or your system can get hacked. For example, recently in November 2017, so many people have called to make an investigation in Houston, Texas, and reported that some of their cryptocurrencies have been lost and some of them have been stolen as well. And to sum up this thing, the CEO, Eric, the CEO of cryptocurrency security company, told that all the hackers around the world are targeting cryptocurrencies. So when it comes to issues, we'll go in detail of each and every issue. So as I discussed in background, the first issue I would like to discuss about is the anonymous nature of cryptocurrency or the Bitcoin. This anonymous nature is achieved because we can perform transactions without revealing the personal information. Due to the anonymous nature of transactions, so many security issues can rise. So many illegal transactions can be done. Unethical use of bitcoins or cryptocurrency can occur. Like you can see, this is an example where, like in some of the countries like China or India, Zimbabwe, so many people are using their black money to buy bitcoins to perform illegal transactions. And even you can see on the screen that ISIS, it's a terrorist organization where they are trying to fund their reign on terrorism through cryptocurrency. The second issue I would like to discuss is the investment issues. As we saw earlier in the graph, that Bitcoin is losing its price down day by day when it comes to the earlier prices. In February it was like around 17,500, now it's 11,000, and it's predicted that it may even be more worse. So due to that, the investors who have invested in this cryptocurrency or bitcoins have lost a lot of money. Whether some of them have gained the money luckily, but most of them have lost the money, and they have ended their lives as well. And another issue which we are discussing about is the recent scams happening. Like so many people are trying to sell the fake bitcoins. As you can see it on the screen, this is a virtual statement given by a victim. Uh, this happened in a website called as local bitcoin.com, where this person tried, he's a seller, he sold bitcoins in online, and he never got any response from the website or even from the buyer also. This is one such kind of instance where it proves that there are a lot of scammers out there in the market. And in this image you can see how bitcoin transaction works. And the recent issues coming into existence are like some of the cryptocurrencies versions are not even working right now. And the other things which I wanted to discuss in previous, like your system will get hacked if you have a virtual currency in your wallet, or when you try to do a bitcoin mining in your system, there are high chances that your system will get hacked. And this is an image half uh, shows like in order to mine a bitcoin, how much equipment you're supposed to require. And when you ask like most of the hackers why do they like a bitcoin, it's they say that it's mostly due to its decentralization, and it's more faster secured when compared to like a physical currency transactions. So when it comes to stakeholders, based upon the issues, I have identified three stakeholders. One is the primary stakeholder, it's a user, where nowadays so many users are getting cheated by fake scammers out there. Like when it comes to the secondary stakeholder, it's a government, because due to bitcoin or cryptocurrency transactions it lost a lot of revenue. And even there was a threat to security of the country as well. Like when it comes to the third stakeholder, it's a company or organization, because there are so many fake sellers who registered into their website or through their organization. They sold most of the fake currency, and due to that they have lost their reputation and revenue as well. When it comes to the results, based upon my research, the first and foremost result what I have identified is Bitcoin is no more anonymous. Actually, earlier we saw that Bitcoin is anonymous because of its blockchain, but in my research and results, it shows that Bitcoin is no more anonymous. To be more precise about the blockchain, And let us compare that with a piece of paper. It is a kind of a master lecture where it stores all the prior transaction and activity, and it also validates the absolute all ownership of all units at some given point of time. The identical copies of the blockchain are stored in every node of the decentralized cryptocurrency software. So, in order to say that Bitcoin transaction is technically finalized, uh, until it is added to the blockchain. So once the transaction is updated, the blockchain, that's final and that can't be reversed. So since the blockchain was old technology, it was picked up by all criminals and they started using it for exchanging the cash. And the anonymous nature was gone because you can track the records whatever there in the ledger and you can get this information. And in this image you can see half Bitcoin is minted. In the step 4, the blockchain adds this transaction to the ledger. And another thing what I have observed is like we have physical ATMs in existence where we can go and buy a Bitcoin so that we can get rid of this fake scammers and stuff. And I also identified that Bitcoin is going crashing down. As you can see this graph, it was in the month of January it crossed around like 17,500, but it crashed to less than 7,500. It started gaining, but nowadays it's going back down, and it's predicted that the downfall of Bitcoin would be more worse. In my opinion, Bitcoin is no more anonymous, so it would be better if the government takes all the necessary steps to keep track of all transactions. By keeping the track of transactions, we can avoid fraudulent and illegal activities. And the actions of the government have already started. Like IRA, the Internal Revenue Service of USA started that. Stated that virtual currency is treated as a property for US federal tax purposes. In my opinion, government should take help of Bitcoin miners to fight against the cyber attacks. Since they would be aware of the complete system, to say that the network in which they mine, uh, so they would be aware of those loopholes in it. So by getting the information from them, we can fix those loopholes. Since the rise of Bitcoin, and the consumers are starting to focus on it, so in my opinion, government should educate the consumers about the virtual currency, what are its uses, how it can be purchased, from where it can be purchased. By doing so, the customers won't get cheated from the scammers. And another opinion, a rule has to be made where all transactions of the virtual currency should be regularized and should be placed in the banking sector. So the main advantage of keeping it under the banking sector is we can collect the detailed information of the users, knowing the user information if they are doing any fraudulent activities or not. And as I had said earlier, the Bitcoin is getting predicted, getting declined day by day. And according to Harvard professor and economist Kenneth, it is expected that Bitcoin may go to $100 rather than 100K in a decade. So I think it's better for the investors who are trying to invest in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency should evaluate its future first and invest into any of the cryptocurrency or Bitcoin out there so that they won't end up in huge losses. So overall, in this project, we have seen what is cryptocurrency, what is who are stakeholders involved in it, how a transaction will perform, what is the importance of blockchain in Bitcoin transactions, and we also saw that Bitcoin is no more anonymous, and we have seen that physical ATMs exist nowadays existing for purchasing of Bitcoin as well, and we have seen the usage has increased over the past few years as well. And apart from that, most of the companies have started using, taking, accepting Bitcoins for their transactions as well. And we have seen what are the advantages of keeping those Bitcoin and cryptocurrency under banking sector, and what are the steps the government should take what is the role of government in regularizing this Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. and and how a customer would get benefited from the actions taken by the government as well. As I have showed earlier, these are my references. If you click on any one of this, it redirects you to the page. Uh, as you can see, it's loading up. In the meantime, we'll see the appendix. Since it's a new and a vast topic, I have tried to interview more than people, but I was successful in getting only interviews from two people. I have interviewed Mr. Vamsi. He's a senior software engineer in Coin IT and UU services. I have communicated with him through Skype, and another software engineer, another person whom I have interviewed is Mr. Sagar, who is a security analyst. As you can see on the screen, these are some of the questions what I have used asked Mr. Vamsi, and throughout the interview, he was patient. He answered neatly and exact to the point, and uh, he referred me asked me to refer a website called Coindesk, as you can see here, because from this website we can see the fluctuations of Bitcoin and updates of other cryptocurrencies as well. And when it comes to second interview, Mr. Sagar, it was a really short interview. He just answered me for two questions like, can we buy a Bitcoin? He said yes, and uh, he told that he doesn't have any Bitcoins. And this was really short interview because he has some prior work commitment, so he couldn't spend a lot of time with me. Uh, and I have contacted him because he has a vast knowledge of security issues. So it was an overall good experience for me to interview people from the industry. I gained a lot of information and when I was interviewing them. So based upon their suggestions and information, I'll continue my research and learn more about cryptocurrency and how we can mine it in online.